Hello, Madam Maba African professor on FACTO platform. Mama spokesperson, chief linguist, African professor, and Madam subscribe, share, hit notification bell to be a new video. Be able to turn on, like it, share, be part of African professor family. Because how about you won't be disappointed. We talk about a range of issues, freestyle and everything. To one more time, African professor on FACTO platform. And then, come on, many mudina for Otumfuo. And the dignitaries, foreign dignitaries, Omubamanshia, Omutrupu, into Menshia Palace, almost on daily basis. Now, whom come and patient the entire video, Matudi me say, to all the tribal losers in Ghana and abroad, Asantehene is a de facto head of state. Take it or leave it. Can you me say? You can take this fact or leave it, just like that. To all the tribal losers in Ghana and abroad, listen to this. Asantehene is a de facto head of state. You can take it or leave it just like that. What did you say? Say all the tribal losers no more Ghana no Musawa Bruchi him for no more no Montia say Otumfuo a head of state, de facto head of state. You can take it or leave it. Just leave it like that. If you don't want to accept it, you don't want to believe it because of the, I don't know whether I don't want to go into that extent, but you can leave it or just take it. Then he said to you, and Sakura make us say me move forward. Me say me explain this out, bro, for word a Latin word, but it's accepted in English language. De facto, DE. And then say dash or not say separate. Facto, FACTO. See, DE. Now, a mumbako, no atintemo. Facto, FACTO. De facto. The case de facto. We don't me say Asante a de facto head of state. In other words, me say the word de facto no. Actually, we say me say aware. We don't mean you should aware as an example. Senke kasa obi aware obi a say wakoye nipa ko hu oba no abusuafo and say both parties no mahu abusuafo na all the necessary traditional and say marriage rights no nyina ma perform bibia all the things are mo exchanging san no ne ade amotisu ne akuntaji sekane all kind of stuff mo ye ni nyina wie ne say ranking ye the rank be show be we the rank be share and that's a wedding near that and your friend marriage but you can say be de facto me fan say de facto marriage de facto marriage ni ye bibi ti say unkoye oba ne ho ade oba mo ko hu oba na busuafo mo ana mo twempra na mo mie no mo decide say be a motifie mo ye bibi a esa warefo ye nyina motifi but mo ko ware formally mo ware until we can say more relationship is a de facto marriage, even though say, formally no, mun compare for mo bibia. So what in person Chelsea, you can say de facto basically it's unnatural. And we can say Asante a de facto head of state. There is a be a constitutionary no. Ghana constitution doesn't recognize him as I say we're head of state formally. But you say, okay, if you look at what Asante the kind of roles Asante perform in Ghana, near the no. Say, without formal authority as a head of state near there, more or less, is a de facto head of state. And I said, so, and to me, come when you say, example, I'm the amount, me come when you say, okay, Ghana, say, I for be try some do compare Asantehene no near there. But think about it, see, I'm no case, you see, country be the it's money. Name communist Switzerland, Swaziland, much the African country of Swaziland. I'm saying almost South Africa, a border South Africa, almost almost. No, South Swaziland, no much it's money. Head of state, president, and that's leader. Wabasi see, I'm no kase. Oba, I'm say Ghana, who would Mahama Shia, one president of the Republic Shia Accra, Free Fum, Wamadi and Krana, Kumasi Street. Kumasi Oko Hinoko, Asantehene in the Hustino. And they think about it, say, head of state, Bena, Obeko another country. na ɔse many president na kasa wi now somehow may call another person as my host. Say enti the me person chiro enti say enti edien wo de wa transigwe ho say edien ti na bema or any king of another country, sovereign country like Swaziland. So we're president of that country, of that republic of sovereign state of Swaziland. No be Ghana. When the president na kasa wi, ofi ho no call another leader be traditional leader or another city of the same country. What does it tell you? Yes, o hene any mo hene. Uko wiremu a sibo ene sibo nanam, jata ni nanam, asono ni asono nanam, adwene ni adwene nanam wo nsuom. Unhu se jata ene your friend say osono ena mumhia no mo beko. Anase obi kope obi apira no. You see, etimi kan wonyina akosi se de entria Swaziland ohene no anase etwani hene no ebaaya king no obaaya oba Ghana woni president kasawi straight okọ Otumfuo ne hosting for about 3 or 4 days. No, actually, say they say the birds of the same feather flies together. And ma takra esen eno mutubom. Enti wo hene ne nim wo hene. You see, ade ba chinye say foreign dignitaries we are Ghana, omuba kra straight to Kumasi. Ade ti mu say ahimfu no bebre wo Ghana, obia bi no mu compare mu to Asantehene. Ade ti na san kofo no ba. It's one here, no, or by one call him be out, Asantehene no, or by no. Why? As you said. And not that tells you say Asantehene de facto head of state. De facto head of state. So because all the roles Asantehene is playing in Ghana, no, tells you say more or less now, Asantehene is a head of state. Even though formally, no, the constitution does not really, confer on him as a head of state, But okay, all the things he's doing, essentially, he shapes many of the decision making and policy implementation, things, a lot of things in Ghana. He shaped it. It's more or less, he influenced it. One time, I can say, in the first time, loan, be was Washington. So either IMF, and that's a World Bank. They have to consult Asantehene. They have to get the Asantehene help to let that happen. What does it tell you? I didn't think him from Bebre or Ghana. Or mom compare mu self to Asantehene near the dinner. I didn't think President Mahama uncle Omoho. Uncle Nipakro, and so Uncle Buano, Washington. No uncle Onya loan for the country. Why? Rollins used to do the same thing, Kofo the same way. So what you see there? And Mikase Otumfuo is de facto head of state. You got to understand because Otumfuo hosting all kind of head of states. Yeah, Prince Charles, and I mean King Charles. Queen Elizabeth or anybody inviting Ghana. Because the head of state, they were inviting head of states. They invited Otumfuo. Morocco king, the head of the Morocco kingdom, who he invited Asantehene. You see, it's so many things. Tell you, and in America, say all the tribal losers. I call them tribal losers. Bigots, they are losers, more or less. Hatred be, any jealousy be, and I show more. But if you look at the role, informal role Otumfuo is playing in Ghana, socio-economic, landscape now, everything indicates, and that's a points to the fact say Otumfuo is the de facto head of state of Ghana. That's the truth. Yeah. That's what Nkrumah promised to do though. Some cast on for Asantehene and make the then go cushion. So that's what they promised that they won't make him like ceremonial head of state. And a young Nkrumah power, a dignity, power drunk, no man for man. Because you can say, Nkofobiti chair can say, Ghana, Nkrumah and Nkofobin a titi, a transition paper, and only had and they come, and you're true. Because if you're Ghana, you can't go Kusa na Ashanti region and count the day Ashanti region. Then count. You can't say go Kusa. You must tell you, Oma born money history, and that's all man Cusco medication level is so lower. And so I'm ordaining Krasi Kasane because Oma train Krasi, Oma no ordain me. You can't say go Kusa. Nay, central region. Western region, Eastern region, parts of, Togoland, West, a friend say, parts of Volta region, and then some Western region, part of, and then they go kush. And I see on Kuan, Purano Hong Kuan, and they go kush, I can't go kush. Na Kumasi ne Asante region, when they brown half of them, come. The baby and your friend brown half of them, bro, East, near friend, brown West, as I said, near from Ashanti West. So, and a whole they were under the jurisdiction of Asantehene, Otumfuo Asantehene. That's what it is. It will be a catch yourself. Asantefo and I say, somehow, no, trash be uncle, and yes, I sense you are. Only background or twisted, and that's all distorted history because of, we're a trouble loser. And that's what it is. It's in person, say. So, share, and you may cause a minimum as a Ghana, Kumasi. It's when King or Kumasi. Why was he there? Why is he there? Who is playing host to him? I didn't know Chusu. Or among all the traditional, chiefs no more Ghana. No, I didn't know. Asantehene to say all the other, the level to say all the other traditional chiefs in Ghana. I didn't know king of the whole sovereign country of Swaziland. It's 20 was the I didn't know by Asantehene and he play host to him. Why? I didn't know BBC Britain. You invite Asantehene. You invite other, the so-called king, one some king of Ghana, no. Because I didn't know you invite, but Asantehene can't invite. Why? What is the point? Because the reason is that Asantehene is a de facto head of state, and those people recognize him as such. And Tina King Mohammed, Mohammed and Morocco king, no, we invite us Otumfuo. Yes, you all know. And to all the trouble losers, no. The BBN will account better because most of them, no, historically, illiterates. Most of them too, semi-literate. Have big, educated, they don't have a profound understanding of Ghana history and culture. They don't understand it, and they don't want to learn to understand it. And somehow they get access to YouTube and social media, and they just and distorted facts in history. So something obvious, something so obvious, no, they just distort it because they are all trouble losers. And you come on, person say, so Otumfuo Ra play in Ghana. Anyhow, international and we recognize now. Just a BBN when you say Otumfuo a de facto head of state in Ghana. And some of the key characteristics of head of state, we show Otumfuo na year, she said the Ra play practically, no, he has power, practical power. Even though the constitution Ghana constitution doesn't recognize him as such. Do you think of a republic? It's true. But informally, no, Otumfuo is a de facto and our here. So, or informal authority in American, informal authority. And the constitution may or may not recognize him as such, but if you look at the role in America, the role he performs in the country, and given the fact that he has a profound influence on the decision making and the policy implementation or execution in Ghana. He has it. A lot of this president, they consult him and a whole bunch of stuff. And out here, foreign dignitaries, president they just come in, they just trooping into Menchia Palace. And so all this development, all this over the years, points to the fact that Otumfuo is a de facto head of state. So you can leave it or take it. This video to all trouble losers in Ghana and abroad. Asantehene is a de facto head of state. Take it or leave it. And you come on, person, subscribe, share with friends and family. I'll talk to you another time. Have a great day. Bye.